her, and I want you to hear from her this morning. Thank you for coming. Thank you. We all welcome Miss Millie. So, Miss Millie, will you explain for us briefly the ministry and vision of Concepts of Truth?
Sure, I'm just glad to see you have your phone, because I got my phone too. So
Okay.
I have his questions. It's great to be here this morning. Actually, we're not just a care pregnancy center, so I want you to just sort of get that terminology maybe out of your head and go a little bit broader. Because really since 2001, we've been sharing the truth about life in many ways. And so what we provide is we provide counseling, recovery, and prevention, okay, on that scale. So basically we've always been, Brother Dustin, on the prevention side, but also been on the recovery side of abortion, okay? And so what we do and how we present this and how we provide it is, we believe that we are sustaining families in mental and sexual health. And so if you can remember those two words, mental and sexual health, that's sort of, that's bigger than just crisis pregnancy, okay? And so we use pragmatic models written from experience, because each of us who have work on our 24/7 first responder helpline, we've all experienced an abortion in our past, but we've healed to a place to help others, or we've experienced some type of sexual trauma. And so, but we educate the whole person to make healthy life choices and empower future generations. So now we're talking about replicating ourselves, right, to the future and reaching the world. So our vision has always been, and some of you got a brochure when we came in, our vision is on and mission is on the front of that brochure, but our vision has always been for the world to know God's truth and make healthy life choices. And I just have one more little comment about it though. Some of you don't know that we got accredited at the United Nations back in 2015, and that's why Dell and I are living in New Jersey now, and that's why Todd is directing our office here, Todd Mano. But when we went through the accreditation process at the United Nations, they asked us, Brother Dustin, what's the connection between truth and sexual and mental health? And so we quickly responded that our models have scientific facts in them, and they're written from experience, from abortion. And so when we said all of that, we said, and sexual trauma, and then we explained that the truth in our name, Concepts of Truth, it represents our Christian faith. And we got to say that at the United Nations, and we told them that that's our identity. And we also said that the world is hurting and hungry for truth. And so Concepts of Truth is here to serve the world, but we speak the truth in love, and we remain approachable.
So, Miss Millie, why are you so passionate about this ministry?
It's summed up in one word, and it's our testimony. It's our testimony. Because when I thought about that question, tears came to my eyes, and it is my passion. But it's honestly the passion of almost everyone that works for us and of our team, because when you find a freedom in Jesus from your past,
Amen.
What he does is he bubbles it over, and we really want to tell someone else. And so that's what it's been for us, because for now we know the truth about our babies who were aborted in ignorance, they were aborted in blindness, and they were aborted in deception. And so the truth about life has set us free. And I just, now my eyes are blurred, I can't read the rest of my notes, but you know what? I wrote this feeling like that this is what God wanted me to say, but I do want to share my testimony with the world, and we all do. That's our mission at Concepts of Truth, because John 8:32 has always been our signature scripture. You'll know the truth will set you free. Yeah. And so we've been on one side of shame and burying our head and not wanting anyone to know, to now a journey of freedom and forgiveness, because it was completed on the cross. Amen.
So if you're not familiar with vision and ministry of the Bridge, we're not looking to start new ministry really in the community. We're looking to partner with those who are already doing good things in our community. mainly, and this is one of those ways. Concepts of Truth is doing a really big thing in our community and around the world. And so, Miss Millie, speak to them for just a minute and give us 1 to 2 ways a church like the Bridge can partner with you directly as a ministry to our community and to the world.
I thought about this, and my first thought just popped out was that you all can send hurting people to us, but you don't just always have to send them to us. You can also be trained to replicate the same services. And so I really believe that where God has planted you all here, you're going to run into people all the time that maybe need our services. Because if they're hurting from a past abortion or sexual trauma, we have resources that can help them. If they're on the side of trying to decide what to do if they are pregnant, then we can help them with that way too. So, yeah, it is about training you all to maybe, like I said, replicate our services, because we're also in the public schools, and we would love to train volunteers, and just not in the schools, but in any way you can help us. So I think, of course, always financial support, but y'all were so good to help us at the gala, and that blessed us in such a big blessing to do that for us.
So in closing, what are 2 or 3 of your most pressing prayer needs for us to pray over you?
We are in the process of having our recovery resources translated. One has already been translated into Mandarin Chinese. We have the Cantonese ready for readbacks, if some of y'all know what that means, but anyway, and then the Spanish, we have 1 book, and we have another book to translate. But the readbacks have started, and it's a very long process. It may take an hour to do a page and a half. And so our staff have to listen to nationals in Hong Kong or someone that speaks Spanish read it to us in English. They're looking at that language and they're reading it to us in English, and then we have to listen to them and see if it's the right, concept, or the original concept that we wanted to, for it to mean. And that is huge. So our goal for the rest of this year is to get those projects completed, so we could really use prayer in that for the people that are translating, and also for those staff of us that are listening. And for that time, because we try to manage that time. So we need prayer for that. And also we need more school consultants. I couldn't not say that without Jessica Howie. Jessica is over our school program at Concepts of Truth, and so we do need more school consultants. We have a lot of schools wanting us to come, and we have a great model in sexual health, which is prevention, but we need more trained school consultants. And then one more thing, can I do 3? Thank you. Encouragement and overall help for our staff and our board and our people who take calls. Just to pray for our staff is huge.
We all thank Miss Millie for being here this morning.